Hey kids, good morning. Mark Miller here. I got one of my monitors is out a little bit. It's acting really strange. And am I hearing like, I wonder if I'm hearing like a little high-pitched noise, and I'm not sure if it's coming from inside my earphones or not. All right, let's get into the code. We'll pick up right where we left off yesterday. Jump over here. I think I'm going to start up the let's see, is it up here? There it is right there. We'll run it, we'll take a look at the behavior, and we'll start to fix it. That's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, let me clear off some of the name tags here. We don't need these on the screen.
Willie.
Here we go.
McLovnuts. Merkin Bushwhacker. Little.
There we go.
Fred.
Okay, so we could drop an item. We can manipulate it. Click away, come back. It's still got the test in it. There's a problem though with dropping. Like if I come in and say I want to drop this, and then now I'm still in this mode of dropping. If I hit escape now, that should go away. Well, it did. But if I manipulate it while before I've hit escape, it doesn't go away, I think. And also I can't click and drag anymore. The click and drag is gone. The buttons seem to all work. Just no repositioning. Can I move with the? Oh, I can move with the keyboard. So that's good. So I can use the keyboard to move. That means I can test. Yeah, this all looks good too. Z order seems to be working as well. And so it's interesting too that when I click on either one, it thinks I want to move it even though I've clicked and released. So kind of an interesting bug. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. We're going to have to take a look at the code and debug it. So let's do that. Let's go look for copy. So stop dragging stamps. Dragging stamps. All right, so let's just set a breakpoint here. Let's kind of step through the process of dragging here. I'm going to drop that, hit escape, and now click on this one. And yeah, there's something weird about the clicking that it thinks I'm dragging. I'm not actually dragging it. If I click down and now move it, I'm not getting there. Let's drop this down, hit escape, and now click down here and drag it. And interesting, so it looks like it got the drag. It looks like it did, but I never got to this point. Oh, look, select stamp is never called here. Is that the only place we said dragging stamps to true? Okay, it looks like we somehow deleted a call to select stamp. We got a select item in here by chance. Okay. No, handle mask on select. All right, so I think select item and select stamp are kind of close to each other. Well, this is way more detailed. Yeah, I'm almost thinking, let's try throwing a select stamp at this instead. Okay, looks like we've restored that functionality. Good. Okay, good. And it feels like other functionality that was also not working, like I think scale wasn't working as well, is now working with that. Shift click, let's group. Click, click, click. Now they'll click the group. Let's control drag to duplicate the group. Did the duplicate fail? Looks like the duplicate failed. It kind of knows about it because it's got the size of it. So copying a group doesn't seem to be working. Okay, let's ungroup it and see if we can copy. Okay, let me undo that a second. Shift click, drag. Yeah. So copying a group is failing. Undo, 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 undo. I'm going to run past this. I don't want to jump into this just yet. Okay, let's delete that. All right, let's work on group copying, solve that problem. I'm pretty sure I did copy. And I went down to stamp group. And I hit enter. Okay. Put a breakpoint here. See what happens. Hold down the control key. Let go. That's weird. That should have been stamp group.items. Let's report an issue. I think this is Visual Studio, but just in case, we'll get the log files out there. I'm stepping through the code. If you can roll back and see where I was. Execution point had been on the for each. I pasted in stamp group dot in front of items and tried to execute, but it said, sorry, you can't continue here. And then I undid that, restored the line to what it was, put execution point up here. then came down and made the change, and then started to run. And it says, this message popped up. Debugger's worker process unexpectedly exited. Debugging will be aborted. Okay. And what's happening? Are we actually getting out of here? Still says continue up here. Can I set the next statement? Nope, it changed to start. So yeah, it completely killed the whole piece right there. So I'm not sure if that's a code rush issue or not, but check the log files. Debugger terminated. Like that. All right. Yep. We are dogfooding code rush every day. We see an issue, we report it. We see perf issue, we report it. We can see an idea for a feature, we report it. That's what's happening here. Okay, so that I think is going to fix the group cloning. Yeah, we made a lot of refactoring changes yesterday and also Friday. So a lot of changes were made. All right, so let's create a group. Let's get, let's grab some items, something a little more interesting. Although I'm not like a huge fan of all of these here. Get a leaf. Get a sword. Might as well go to furniture. We got a sword. Get a desk. Send the desk to the back. There we go. So shift click that, create a group. There's our group. Let's control drag it. And I'm going to run it. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so that was the fix. Okay, undo, undo, undo. There's an ungrouping undo right there. Undo, 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 and now redo, 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 redo. There's the grouping, and then there's the copy, the clone. All right, that's pretty good. Now let's bring the characters into the mix. I expect to see some problems here. I think I want to change this. Yep, selecting stamps. That's in the selecting stamps. Select stamps by GUID. Select items by GUID. Yeah. So we are going to change that. I'm going to kill the app because I want to rename this like this. I want to come in here. Rename this to select items by GUID. I want the event to be renamed to selecting items. I want the event args renamed, select items event args. I want to drill into that. I want to hit the code rush key. I want to rename file to match the type. Let's change these as well. Rename here. Items goods. Look who's joining us, kids. First, how we doing? Jetsam is in the house. I think we're doing pretty well so far. Yesterday I wasn't doing great. Right after the show ended, I went in to investigate the problem where we lose the chat message events. They just simply drop on us. And we've seen this like every single show. And I had created a special scene in OBS so I could kind of hijack into the process and get in. If I switched to the scene, I was watching for that, and then that could get me to a break point. I could start investigating. I was going through and investigating. And when I added a new line of code to disconnect the Twitch client, and when I called that line of code, I got a message that said, This class name not found, whatever it was. I forget what it was. It was like a subscriber, Twitch subscriber something class name. I started finding information on that error, and I discovered that you can get that error if you're using an older version of the Twitch library and someone subscribes. And all of a sudden, things started clicking in. It started making sense why we were losing it in the middle of the show. Someone subscribes. The theory is someone subscribes. They send, the event comes down. TwitchLib tries to instantiate the class reference, can't find it, and there's a disconnect that essentially happens. So I found somebody who was basically posting on a problem that was exactly the same as what I had. What was interesting is I wasn't looking for that problem. I was looking for this other problem, and then I found a description that was, basically the same. All the events stopped working, and I was like, "Holy cow!" So then I went into and I started upgrading my NuGet packages, and I just upgraded all of them. And like things weren't working. Then I selectively upgraded only a few of them. And then things compiled, then I ran, and SignalR stopped working. It wasn't working at all. And for some reason, my upgrade of SignalR, the messages stopped coming through when they were over 25K, or 25K or above. And I had no explanation for that, so I rolled back everything. So then I went to bed, thinking about it, woke up this morning at like 4 a.m., rolled everything back, and just upgraded TwitchLib, and just the minimum needed to upgrade that. Ran the test this morning. Everything worked. And I'm pretty sure I've fixed I think I fixed the problem where we were losing control of the chat room over time. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. So how am I doing? Not bad. Yeah. Yesterday, though, I was like, what is going on? Trying to understand why I was losing SignalR. Why the code was breaking when I was simply upgrading the version numbers, all kinds of things. There were problems with the CVS helper upgrade. They actually broke. So this is actually something I think this is something I never ever want to do. But I will say that sometimes this happens at our company, and I don't have control over everything that happens at our company, but I never ever want to, if I create an API for somebody, I never want to break that API. I never want to break the API. And so the CVS helper upgrade from 12.1.1 to 15, which is the current version, somewhere in those upgrades, they broke the constructor that we're using. And on top of that, it wasn't clear how to fix it. And I was like, yeah, I don't have time to research this. I'm already 3 problems deep into solving this one problem. So I didn't upgrade that. But that's like, that's to me, I consider that like a huge, I don't know, thing I don't want to do. Let's, speaking of testing everything out, I haven't tried this yet, but let's try the drone. I just noticed all of my coins are absolutely in sync. Looks like my drone's working. Okay. All right, so we've got select item event args, item GUIDs, all of that's looking better. Map selecting items. And here, instead of asking for stamp, I want to get the item from the GUID. I don't need it to be a stamp. I can work with either items or stamps. What? I don't have get item from GUID. All right, let's go look at get stamp from GUID. What's going on there? Oh, get character from GUID. Let's rename this to get item from GUID. Jump back. That's the one I want. Whoops, not there. Okay. And then we're going to add that, update the UI. Let's just run that. How are you doing, Jetsam?
Jetsam named after the eel in The Little Mermaid?
You know, I don't think so. When I first met Jetsam, so Karen's asking, is Jetsam named after the eel? When I first met Jetsam, I was like, how do you pronounce that? Is it JT or whatever? Something? Or is it Jetsam? And he goes, I like Jetsam better, or something like that. All of a sudden,
Because Flotsam and Jetsam are the evil eels.
right? And Jetsam's also kind of a term as well that
Yes.
that you can use. So
It's the slack that causes chaos.
that should be my name.
You as Jetsam.
That should be my name. Yeah, that's awesome. Fred? Fred approves. Okay, I can't wait till this weekend. Going to shoot a bunch more of Fred hand animations. All right, let's see if we can drop some characters down now. And now move them around. Oh, most. Yeah, I'm all in with Jetsam, that pronunciation. I am too. I like it. It's awesome. Okay, so it looks like we can move it. And it even is attaching to the right spot. Notice if I grab the toe and drag, that's good. But the release isn't working. Let's figure that out. Why isn't the release working? Where are we going to figure that out? I think we look for that symbol dragging items, dragging stamps. There it is right there. Is this where we're going? Let's see if we get there. Okay. So we've got copy selected stamps and move selected stamps. Execute command move. So we're going to get right into here. Okay. Let's go find the move command. We're going to get an activate redo. This should all be freaking working. What's in selected items? 0. Okay, let's figure that out. I think that's where we want to be our break point. Try one more time. Move it. Stop dragging stamps is there. Got one. Okay, that's me. Selected items is there. Prepare for execution. Stamp goods clear. There's my selected items. Add stamp goods. Okay, that looks good. Now we're calling redo on it. Load selected stamps. Map.get stamps. Oh, this might be where we have the problem. Because we're calling map.get stamps and I want map.get items. I bet. Do I have one? I don't have a get items in there. All right, let's go look at get stamps. Where were we? Let's go look at that. Gonna have Rory joining us here in about 30 minutes, top of the hour. Get stamp from good. I want get item from good. All right, hold on. Who's calling get stamps? Selected items, that we want to change there. Selected items, get that wants to become get items. Just those two, sweet. All right, I'm going to kill it, rename this to get items. Like that. Just to be consistent with the naming here. Item goods. We're going to call get item from good. Where else are we calling get stamp from good? There. Just in 3 places. And I want that to be get item from good. Right here as well. Get item from good. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. Let's try that. Okay, characters. Drop it. Run. Clear the breakpoint. Got selected items. We got 1. Sweet. I'm calling move on it now. Nice. Look at that. Sweet. Now, we got a slight problem in that it's putting a whole bunch of stuff around it. The UI it's building around it doesn't apply to this. It applies to the stamps. So we want that to be fixed. Oh, this is nice though. Look at that. It does see, and does this work? Nice. That does work. So it does see the individual properties of it. So we will have a custom property editor for it. But all the flips, the rotates, the send to back, bring to front, those will be there because it's got the Z order inside of it. I think it's time for more refactoring is what it is. Rory had a suggestion yesterday, and I'm becoming a really huge fan of his suggestion. And his suggestion was to divide up the interfaces into different segments, so different interfaces. So for example, rotation, rotatable, flippable, those might be interfaces. Color, being able to modify color as well, that might be a separate interface. Being able to change Z order might be another interface. So let's do that. Let's close it down. Let's work on Z order first. So we'll go into, let's see, item properties. Let's see here. What do we need from item properties? Yeah, I almost think item properties is good as it is. That item properties is a basic item that falls on to the onto the map. It has a left and right, or a two-dimensional position, X and Y, as well as get top, left, bottom, and right calculations, height and width. It's got visible, it's got lock, it's got the ability to tell if it contains a point, and it also has Z order related pieces. That's a basic item that we can drop on there. And it's got the ability to copy itself. So I'm okay with that for now. So let's go to iStamp properties. And I kind of want to take flip horizontally and flip vertically. I want to kind of group these as well as rotation. I want to take all of these and I want to make it put this in its own separate interface. Arrangeable. Is that fair to say? That's kind of what I want to do. And we'll make iStamp properties also implement iArrangeable. I think. Good. Then what I want to do is over here, we've got a method called build UI, build stamps UI. And I have a build character UI. Wait. No, that's not the one I want. I think it's got the word controls in it. Create color controls. This is close. Okay. So here we're saying add the stamp selection buttons. We're checking to see get consistent mod settings. I want to also find out what are the consistent interfaces inside the selection. I think I'm about to do something a little bit crazy, but I think it's going to turn out good. I'm going to stop the app. I want to create a list of interfaces, which I think is going to look like this. Hold on. New list of, what do I want it to be? Type, I think. Consistent interfaces. Okay. And I just want a list of interfaces inside of that. And then as I go through each stamp, although here I'm doing filter, get consistent mod settings. I'm not sure I want to filter. And then I think I want something like this. I don't think I want to filter here. All right, let's back up just a little bit. That's the direction I'm headed, but I just want to come in. Okay, I want to rename that. Keep consistent mod settings. And back over here, do I really want to filter? I think the answer is no. I do not want to filter here. We're just going to say map.selected items. like that. Okay, we have problems with hue shift, saturation, lightness, contrast, and scale. Those are things we're looking for. We also need something that looks like this. If first time, then we want to say add all interfaces from item, like that. Then we want to say, if not the first time, we want to say remove missing interfaces, like that. Okay, then we want to, I want to out that as well, is what I think I want to do. Okay. So now I've got the consistent interfaces coming out as well. We're going to want to pass that to add stamp selection buttons. I'm going to call this item selection buttons. And let's add that parameter. Okay. This is going to be add item selection buttons. And we're going to add the consistent interfaces, send those in as well. Okay. So now here's our buttons coming in. Cool. So my goal is this, see if we can find the interface that corresponds to, like, for example, flip horizontal, vertical, that sort of thing. The scalables, similarly, I want to see if iScalable's in there. That's kind of the idea of where I'm going. All right. Get consistent mod settings. So we still have to find those interfaces. We have to declare these two pieces here. Okay. Now we need to find the interfaces. We need to register these interfaces at some point. I think I'm going to create a new class called known interfaces. So I kind of want to do this, is what I want to do. Now here's where I need to check to see if it implements an interface. I think I can only use reflection on this point if I have it as a type reference. Is that going to do it for me? Let's just see. I think we got a build now. Is it build? What do you think, Fred? Now what do you think, now that you see all those errors behind me? Oh, right. We have these. Okay, let's go ahead and solve these two as well. Let's go to iStamp properties. Let's move this to its own file. Let's do contrast, hue shift, lightness, and saturation. Let's take all of those out. Look at how sweet this is becoming. Okay, so there's eye modifiable color. Let's go find eye arrangeable. I'm going to add eye modifiable color here. Let's go get eye scalable out of this as well. What's reset image do? Okay, got it. Looks like I need to move these two into eye rotatable or eye arrangeable. And this swap XY too. Okay. Scale, scale X, all of these go into eye scalable. Uh-oh, did I get one of these already? Oh, just scalable. What do you got? That's it? Scalable? I don't think that's it. Wow, it is. Cool. Thanks, Code Rush. All right. There's ice scalable. So now ice stamp properties are going to be ice scalable as well. And in our known, we're going to come in and we're going to add ice scalable as a known interface as well. So here's where we need to kind of implement the code to do this, add all interfaces. Down here, if item is ice scalable, I'm worried about this logic. The break right here is what I'm looking at. I'm also worried about this and this. So the break, yeah, I think this logic isn't going to work all the time. Got a question, Mr. Miller. Once the D&D stream starts, we're going to keep adding new features.
Yeah. Overkill production.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that or not. Karen said, oh yeah, Overkill Productions.
Not what my voice sounds like.
Oh yeah, Overkill Productions. I'm Karen, and this is my voice. What do you think? Do you want me to turn your mic on? There, turned your mic on, honey. Oh, you're just coming in? She's coming into the show, kids. Ah, Jesus, what the? Come on. This is a family show. Don't make me say. I said Mr. Miller, not Karen. That's right, bald bearded builder. You know who makes the decisions in this house. Hey. What did you find a cartoon that was funny? You found something funny over there? A cartoon you looking at? Oh, brother. Oh, brother, kids. Know your role, woman, says bald bearded builder. Yeah. So, yeah, they'll probably keep adding new features. Honey. Can you show people your hair? Come here. Don't touch it. Come here. Turn sideways. Look at turn sideways. Give us a profile. Come on. What is going on there? What is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think the logic's not going to work here. Here's my thoughts on this. The break is basically, look, I'm trying to see what's consistent, but I'm not finding this break here is going to not fail to check these other items. And once I set this to null, the next time I come in, this is going to be true and it's going to reset it. It's like, what? It's not going to work. I sense a little jealousy from Mark. From me. Oh, and the hair. Fair. I gotta look. When I look at Karen, I can't look at her this way because my head disappears on the stream. I have to look at her this way. This is the pro move. Yeah, like, get it.
Super hot level.
I look super hot. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little. Get a little disdain in my body. Yeah, I don't know if you've. See, you're not a graduate of the Mark Miller School of Acting, so you may not recognize disdain when you see it. But this is subtle disdain. Mark Miller School of Acting. Surprised? Oh! Oh my God!
Culkin was a guest speaker.
He was. He was there for Subtlety Day. Learn how to be subtle, because the camera's up close. You don't want to go crazy. We got 6 minutes till Rory should be joining us. Can't wait for that. Looks like I don't like this logic. Sometimes this happens. You know, I write code and I'm thinking it works and I kind of test it and it kind of works. And then I go back and look closely at it and I'm like, I really don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this code. I don't know what I was thinking. Subtle disdain or subtle gassy works for both. You're right. And that's one of my advanced classes, right? How to integrate the symptoms of IBS into your acting, right? How to get to really feel those sensory moments and bring it out, right? Gassy? Not a problem. You can still act at the Mark Miller School of Acting. It's not a class, you know, for the faint of heart to be in that one. Okay, so we need to change this up. I think the logic is now going to look like this. That goes away there. All my breaks are going to go away. And at the end of the loop, I'm setting first time to false. Okay? So now we come down here. If first time, then we do that. Otherwise, we do that. If this is going to now become if first time, then we set it. Otherwise, we set it to null. No break. Yep, it's my master class. Framing with flatulence. Framing scenes. I like the alliteration. It's very important for master class. So I think that's the code now. I just kind of got to run through this in my head a couple of times through the loop. If it's not scalable the first time, but the next item is scalable, we'll come in here. We won't be first time, but we will be here. Selected button scale will still be null from the first initialization here. If it's not equal to it, then we're going to just reset it to null, no harm there. If it is null, then it doesn't matter anyway. Null means it's not going to have a consistent setting. And that's true because the first item wasn't scalable. So I think we're cool on that. If it's not scalable though, we do need this though, I think. That's the model for the logic here. We can take away, whoops, no, I didn't want code cleanup. Cancel. Look at this. Let's report that. Okay, kids, I was trying to remove block delimiters here. Expecting to be there, just realized, oh, it shouldn't be here because I got this trailing if right over here. So I can't remove it, but I was expecting it, didn't see it, accidentally hit code cleanup, hit enter on when the dialog was up, expecting the cancel button to have focus. If it doesn't, it should, but it didn't cancel immediately. So I went and clicked it a second time. Then that's when I saw this. Just roll back a little bit. You'll see everything. I got this code cleanup, encountered an error. Let's grab that stack trace for you there. And pop that in. I'll connect that. And what else? We also saw this a little bit right there. Got some performance issues there to take a look at as well, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's because I canceled it. Anyway, that's it. Let's put that in there. Am I putting that in as a perf issue? I think I am. Code cleanup. Well, and to be fair, it's also a regular issue as well. Performance issue, code cleanup plus stack. Checks the stack. Like that. All right. Thanks, kids. Okay, so that's what the model looks like for each one of these checks. That's what it's going to look like. So now we're going to come down here, and this one's eye color modifiable, I think, or eye modifiable color. What did I call it? There it is right there. And Hold on. Now, I think I can actually group these together. At least this part right here. And then similarly group these as well. So I've got saturation and then lightness. Like that. And then I think I have contrast as well. Okay. And I think all of this goes away. Like that. So if it's scalable, if it's the first time, we're going to set it. If it's modifiable, if it's the first time, we're going to set it, set those values. And then the subsequent times, we're going to check to see if they're different. And if they are, we're going to reset that particular variable back to null. So that's that logic there. And are we getting these? Okay, first time, add all interfaces. Otherwise, we're going to remove missing interfaces. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. Do we have a build now? We do. Let's run it. See what happens. Okay. So now we got 3 interfaces. iArrangeable, iModifiable color, and iScalable. That's good. And now what we want to do is check to see if that works. Wouldn't that be awesome for the item? So now we've got a character. Now the character doesn't know, does the character implement any of these interfaces? iArrangeable, no. Modifiable color, no. And scalable, no. It doesn't do any of those. So we should get no hits down here if I just run it. None. Okay, good. Let's go add a stamp. And now click it. Still no hits though. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Item properties is a stamp. Item get stamp is assignable from.
Hello, Mr. Miller. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I spent the last 30 seconds watching what you're doing, and it occurs to me you may have decided to interface all the things.
That's exactly what I did, Rory. I decided to interface all of the things. It's better code. It's
okay.
You couldn't argue. There's no way.
It was a good idea. I was just concerned at how much digging things up that mic was. Was there a point where the previous one was working?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay,
yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I got it working. We're good. No, we're good. Do you ever have survivor guilt, Rory, when you leave the show? That I'm still battling the code? And you're like, I'm okay. Everything's okay for me. I don't have to solve that problem, but Mark, he's having some trouble over there.
No, because it seems recently I've had sort of 12 and 13 hour days. So
Oh, no.
I'm quite happy to let that stuff go sometimes.
Fred's not doing well. He doesn't like it. Look out, Fred! Fred's got his protection abilities in there. But you know what, Rory? It's okay. That's how it's been up to this point. But you know what? Because you're here, it's like I get a little health bonus right here. I'm
I
back.
reckon the odds on the Skype getting some health bonus.
Hey, guess what?
For frozen video.
Wait, what'd you say?
I have frozen video.
On
It
the
needs
Skype?
health boost.
My upload speed's looking good over here. But you're talking about the Skype. Oh, the Skype. Yeah,
thanks.
I know what.
No, that's
Oh no, it just
good,
kicked
man.
in.
It did just kick in.
Yeah, is that crazy? That's all of due to an
All we had to
update.
do was mention it, and the Skype gods were listening and thought, "Oh, quick fix."
So
Sorry.
yesterday, after the show ends, we lost control again. I don't know if you were here when we lost control. The chat messages just stopped coming in for events.
Okay.
Right, this problem we've had for a couple months now.
Yeah.
I switched to my event reset scene that calls a system.debugger.break call, which allows me to hook inside and ask questions. What the heck is going on? Because I'm losing events, I can't actually set a breakpoint on the chat message event anymore because it's never called. So how do I hook in, right? So I said we were, I think you were here with me when I wrote that code to check to see, because it still was connected to OBS, and it was still connected and could see when OBS scenes were changing. So I created a special scene with a special name, hit the breakpoint after the show ended yesterday, and I said, let's try disconnecting before reconnecting the Twitch client. So I call disconnect, and an exception is raised. And the exception is error loading type. And it's like some subscriber type in Twitch lib subscriber type. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's this error? So I go and I search
That's
for
like subscriber, as in a person who subscribes to the channel. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's subscribing in the moment, right? I just switched the scene. Okay, just to be very clear, right?
Sure.
I go search for that error, and I hit a page where somebody's talking about how their chat message events just stop completely.
Ooh.
And they don't understand why. No, they don't. They say, and it happens whenever somebody subscribes.
Ah.
So they got a little luckier than we did. We don't have any notification when somebody subscribes. So I never had that data to compare against, right?
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention when people are subscribing. What was happening, this is my theory, somebody would subscribe and everything would go down. That's what was happening.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So the fix to it is to use the latest version of the Twitch lib stuff.
Oh dear.
So I said, okay, fine.
How many other things did that require you to also update?
It broke so many things yesterday. I spent, I'm not kidding you, between the moment I discovered, like, oh, I think I can fix it, probably a total of about 5 hours.
Wow.
A lot of that was spent time in NuGet packages. A lot of that time was rolling things back after NuGet destroyed something.
Yeah.
Because when I first was doing it, I was upgrading manually. I wasn't like taking all the updates and doing them at once. So I would update and then I get a really weird error that like if inconsistency because I've got different projects and builds out there and I would try to upgrade one and it wouldn't work because it'd be inconsistent. So I'd try to go find the one I needed to upgrade. It was a nightmare, just a mess. And then once I got everything working, I go to test, everything seems like it's working, everything builds and compiles, and Signal R appears to be broken now. And upon more, and no code changes, right? Only project changes and reference changes. Yeah. So now I'm like, what? How is Signal R broken? I go in and I look at it, I'm sending a message across, it's 25K, I cut the message down to 5K, and Signal R doesn't break. And I'm like, what? It's got a limit? We had this problem before. What's going on? Couldn't figure it out. Rolled back again. So this morning, I wake up at like 4 a.m. and I'm like, just shaking my head like, what's going on with this? come back in, sit down, roll back again, right? Version control is my friend.
Clean look. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and this time I go in and I update only TwitchLib. I still get an error that says Microsoft.extensions.logging.abstractions needs to be, updated over here. But instead of just blindly updating it like I did before, I look really carefully at the message. And it doesn't want me to go to the latest version. It wants me to go to 2.2.0 or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do just exactly what this error message says to do.
Minimum to get things working.
And I did that, and we're in. And I think that I don't think we're going to lose anymore. That's my theory. So if I type in drone right now, we should still have control. There it is, flying out my drone. So that was my yesterday. That was my yesterday and my early morning today. Also, my daughter hurt her foot. I took her into the doctor to get x-rays. Her feet are normal. She's a dancer, by the way. We got to protect those feet. Holy cow.
A bit more important than most feet, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my son also broke his leg, and I'm like, stop you yelling. You're not a dancer.
You could have stopped throwing these kids under the bus, okay? That's how you stop breaking their legs.
Well, literally, yeah. Karen keeps telling me it's figurative. You don't need... Yeah, doctor confirmed she had feet and bones. I'm just kidding. I am not actually... my son does not have a broken leg. I'm kidding. But yeah, the daughter's a dancer. So yeah, right now, the skill sets as I would describe them is daughter has her brain and her body. She's great at dancing and really great at mimicking motion. She learns really well by motion. And my son's just got this amazing mind in terms of he acts like he's 30 years old. He's like 9. I'm like over 30 and I act like I'm 9 years old. There's like it's
there's a bit of a transference going on there.
Yeah, we're living Freaky Friday here in the house, Karen. Right? This is what real life Freaky Friday is all about.
True.
I'm up on the table going like, look at me, kids, look at me. And the kids are like, the kids are yes, getting stuff done. It's a family show.
Living the dream. That's fantastic.
Yeah, living the dream. The kids are like, they're like, Dad, we got your report card from school. You're skipping school. You're causing trouble at school, Dad. I'm like, sorry. You're right. Shouldn't have even shown up. So anyway, so now what I'm doing, I need to find out. So now I need to, in a selection, I need to see, hey, what's common about the things that are selected? Can I rotate them all? Can I scale them? That's what I'm looking for, right? So,
makes sense.
So I'm now trying to see if the item, the problem is, I think, is it here? I think it might be here. Because I'm trying to see if something is assignable from. But the problem is, this is a stamp, but if I call get type on item, I don't think it's going to give me back a stamp. I think it's going to get me in iProperties. Oh, maybe it is. Oh no, get type gets me system runtime type. This is that problem I had before. What is it? How do I get it? I don't want that. I want it. Is it property type? What is it?
So we're moving to a style of analysis which is very like a browser should be employing. So it's not, are you running Firefox or are you running Chrome? It's, do you support this particular feature? The feature-driven mechanic.
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to have
some other browser can come along and support a completely unique combination of features.
Yes.
But it's still features we understand.
Yes.
And away we go.
And this is how I'm adding them right here. See what I'm doing? I'm just doing that in known interfaces. So now I'm just trying to check to see, look, hey, is this thing assignable? I would love, so the problem is get type is really returning this system.runtime type. We've had this problem before. I want to find out what the actual type is of this thing. And I just don't remember how to do this.
So the item is the concrete thing, which may be a stamp. You attempt to get its its type, and ask, is stamp assignable from...
Yeah.
I don't know, ISI...
Yeah, it's going to be like iScale or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like for right now, we've got this iArrangeable. Well, stamp is iArrangeable. So this would return true if everything was working as I was expecting it to.
Is that the other way around? Or is it not that we can assign a stamp to the interface?
Oh, geez, I think you're right. There you go. That's Rory. Mr. Brilliant. Let's see if that works. Wouldn't that be sweet? Ah! Look at you, Rory! Look at you!
Hey.
That is awesome! That's why Rory's here.
Feel good.
Awesome contribution. All
I'm
right.
doing the happy dance right here. Which is why I have no webcam.
Oh, look who's here, kids. Uh-oh. I just totally, let's play it again. Hold on. Here we go. Coding Gorilla. Nice.
Welcome, Coding Gorilla.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Hey, welcome. He's probably been here a while.
All right, so that was not as painful as I thought it was going to be. That was actually sweet. All right, so now we're going to add that type right there. So we're just going to go in there, add that type. Here's the next one. iModifiable color. Cool. And iScalable. Cool.
So your known interfaces is the set of all interfaces you care about for the purposes of feature sets, or could care about.
That's right.
You're now adding individual ones of those that are compatible with any given class to its own list of I implement these things, so that it's quicker and easier to work out if that is the case at runtime.
Yeah, so that's all we're doing is we're just going in there. So this is super sweet now. So these are the things that we know about. So that code looks like it's working. There's my consistent interfaces. Now I need remove missing interfaces to work. So if I were to shift click on this, now we come in here, we have consistent interfaces. We got 3 of them, and we have this one over here. And I think it goes like this. We need to we need the interfaces to remove. We need to collect these first. Like that. Then we need, I think, to go through my consistent interfaces this time. And then we need to say, hey, if it's there, then we need to, if it's not assignable from there, then we need to add it to what we need to remove.
Okay.
Cool. Then we need to, down here, we need to say, whoops, we need to say for each type and interfaces to remove, and we need to say consistent interfaces.remove that type. I'm feeling that. I think that's going to work. Let me just get rid of some of these extra braces around here. Looking at a little bit of some performance issues here. Let's document those. Just roll back a couple seconds and you'll see some performance there. I just hit it again. Hold on. Let me go back and make a change. Come up here, hit the key, hands up so you can see I'm not hitting anything. Yeah, it takes way too long to bring up remove block delimiters and format document. This is why I wanted to have this asynchronously built and or give me the ability to bind a shortcut to remove block delimiters immediately so I can just come in here and hit some sort of key right there to clean that up. Okay? All right, so now that's that. Let's step through the code. Well, let me close the perf issue. Okay, step through it. Consistent interfaces, so cool. We've got these 3, rangeable, modifiable, scalable. All of those I think are going to be removed. There's 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Then we can remove them all. And there we're good. We could also theoretically come in here and say, hey, look, if this dot count equals 0, then just get out of here. It's not that big of a deal. Performance-wise, we won't notice it, but if we're stepping through the code, it's just like, okay, yeah, we're out.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else to remove. Okay, so now we've done that. We've got our consistent mod settings. I think this part's going to work. There's our... that information is passed in to add item selection buttons, which in turn passes that in to add item selection buttons, an overload, which is not used. Let's start using it now. So now what I want to do is I want to say, hey, if consistent interfaces, I want to maybe say, have this, has interface, comma, I arrangeable, like this. I might have to pass this in as type of. Then I want to create these buttons like that. Or actually, I could probably just do this. Index of. Yeah, no, I like the other one better. Is there a way to... I don't think there's a way to pass this without doing a type of on it. I can't do that. Oh, I can do this. That's what I should do. There we go.
That's better, yeah.
All right. Okay. Here goes the declare. Really? It's not going to let me do it? Doesn't like generic creation and edit and continue? All right.
Yeah, I think that's probably...
Yeah, this is you. I can tell.
Step beyond.
I can tell what you're thinking, Rory. This is you. You're like, yeah, Mark, that's a little bit extreme for you to expect that. I think your expectations are a little high.
Thing to want. I'm with you in that wanting it is perfectly reasonable. It's just I can see how it might be a little more tricky to implement and how it might not be done yet.
All right, so interfaces. So we're going to do this. Return interfaces.index of T. No, type of T. Come on. Type of T. And we want that to be greater than, greater than or equal to 0. Good? What's wrong here? No overload for method index of takes 0 arguments. I don't have 0 arguments to it. Is it just T? It's just T. I love that the stream has a built-in troll. Wait, where's the troll?
Hang on, who's he calling a troll?
You're not talking about Fred, are you?
Oh.
This is a family show. Fred wants to say something to you, but he's not going to do it because it's a family show. Since it's a list. Wait, or contains? Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Thank you. Coding Girl has come in several times here. Now we're going to try type of T. Is this going to work? Yes. Okay, good. So there's has interface. My lips are sealed.
He's not admitting who the troll is.
Yeah. Fred, this is a fan. Oh, it's his index finger. It's okay. You're lucky, bald-bearded builder. You're lucky, sir. You, sir. All right. So if it has the interface, that's the code. We're going to add those buttons. Okay. If flip vertical has interface, high rangeable. Cool. Cool. And has interface. So now we've got rotate left, right, flip vertical, horizontal. I think that's it. Now the scaling is the next piece. if has interface, I scalable. I meant to troll in a good Christian way. If you took that in some different way, that's on you. Oh, you better watch it. You better watch
Want to
it.
explain to me how any kind of troll has anything to do with Christianity?
Look at how big my fist get when I punch, man. That is not an optical illusion. That's real life, man. You do not want to mess with me. My fist get as big as my head. I'm holding them right on either side of my ears right now. They're giant. Look at those fists. They're so big. Okay, I hope I scared him off. All right, so now we're going to take that and put this here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that awesome code? What else? Grouping and ungrouping, we can do that. Alignment, we can still do because that's basic item properties. Distribute it. All of the rest is, I think, good. Wait, color. Add property editor. That is still good. But next to this, we've got an add color somewhere. Create color controls. We want to do something like this. No, not there. We want to say if has interface. And we want to say I color modifiable. With those big hands, you should run for president. That's right. Wait, what is it? I color modifiable? I modifiable color. That's right there. If has interface. Consistent interfaces. Boom. Then we're going to create our color controls. What's going on here? Yeah, that'll be null otherwise down here. I think that's good. Group and ungroup, align, distribute, align. Good. I think it's gonna work, Rory.
I like this.
Yeah,
it's looking nice and clear when you read through it.
Yeah. Plus, this is sweet and beautiful, right? Want to add a new one? Just throw it there and add the right code in that other place we were at, and we're done.
And we can arbitrarily rename any one of them, and it'll just work everywhere still.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely correct. All right, so now we're going to grab one of these, grab another one here, and now we've got both of those. We've got this showing up because we can modify color. We've got the scale buttons. Those are there. We've got these buttons as well, so we can move and modify all of these pieces around. We select both of them, and we still get all of those buttons that are there, just like we're expecting. Drop down a character. Now look at this. Look at that. See that? There's no arrangement buttons on here.
Fewer items.
Yeah, let me click and drag and move it down here, and now select both. But now we have alignment buttons, so I can now align top, for example. Whoa, align bottom worked, but align top didn't. Undo. That's weird. Align right works. Undo. Align left does not work. It's the first one is not moving. When I have to move the bottom one, it's not moving. That's really weird. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, because this is locked. Hold on. Is that locked? It's not locked, but it's behaving like it's locked. Yeah, no, I didn't lock it. That doesn't make sense. Okay. That's really weird. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's not good. Wait, I think I know what's happening. We clicked and dropped it, and I wonder if the same is going to happen when we click and drag one of these. I think our GUID's not being recreated. And now, so let's see, rotate this, move it, select both, move it. So this one's working. I think the problem is the click and drag with the control key down. This is what causes the problem. Let's see if I move it. See the other one moves instead of this one? Yeah. They both have the same GUIDs. If I delete this, oh yeah, the other one deletes too.
Isn't that what we were doing yesterday? There was a transfer properties and we were debating, should it do the GUID?
Yeah.
And you said it's fine as long as we remember to change it afterwards.
Yeah, well we're doing it with these. There's code existing for this, right? This works. I can do this, select both, move them both. The stamps are working, but this guy's not. The cool thing though here is let's send him to back and send him to front. That's sweet. So this is working as well. So that's cool. All right. But that does mean though, if I bring a second one on here like this, now these
that should be fine, right?
Yeah, it should be fine. If I select both and I drag them, they should both move. It's just the control click, the copy. So let's go figure out the copy on this.
It's that one there, isn't it?
Well, I think so. I'm calling clone here. We also have to look at serialization because I'm pretty sure we got a serialization problem. For example, I know I haven't written any code to create map characters when we stream them back up. So we have to solve that. When we clone a stamp, it's like a stamp copy. Can you hear Karen laughing just there? She's cackling in another room. She's just out of nowhere. She's just like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, look at the clone. New stamp goes here. New stamp calls this.
Hang on, we're not doing stamps, we're doing characters.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to figure out why is character working. I mean, why is stamp working? I mean.
Right, okay.
And what I'm looking for is something that says the GUID is equal to a new GUID. But I'm not seeing that. Let's go search the file for...
Does that happen inside of new stamp or transfer from?
I thought it was a new stamp, but I don't see it. Oh, you know what? It may be the base, the ancestor. I'm doing a search right now. Look at that. That was not me. That was not CodeRush. All right. Yeah, base stamp is what gets it, I think. There. So when we do a map character dot copy, because I think that's where we are, do we create a new GUID? I don't think we do. No, we do. But wait.
But do we copy over it when we do the transfer properties? In the copy.
Oh, and we do call it there. Let's see. That could be it. Yeah, I'm going to say that's the problem, maybe. Right there.
So, whereas yesterday we said to ourselves, it's okay to do this because afterwards we will assign a new GUID and overwrite it.
We were wrong.
Actually, we're making the new GUID earlier and we're overwriting it with this copy.
Although interesting, I just clicked and dragged the copy. I didn't even get here. Transfer from called. So I didn't get a breakpoint there. And now if I select the other ones, I bet we're going to have a problem. I move these and the top ones move. Yeah, the top ones move, the bottom ones don't. Undo. Undo. Yeah, it's deleting the wrong ones. It's as if this line of code is being called, but it's not.
I hit the breakpoint, so that's a bit strange.
Yeah, where is it called? All right, let's go back and find the copy. Let's do this with just one. Set a breakpoint there inside the command itself. All right, so click this, drag it, control, release. Let's step inside. Clone. Copy. Clone. New character. Here's going to be our GUID. There's inside of this. There's our new GUID. Okay, remember that number, Rory. 734. Okay. All right, so we got that. Ooh, clone from. We didn't see that. Transfer properties. It's this line of code.
It's the base item transfer properties.
Yeah.
As opposed to the character version.
I think I'm going to kill it. Is this going to impact anything else? What does it hit? Serialized item? Ooh, that's not good. I need it there. Well, I hate doing Band-Aid code like this. In other words, the Band-Aid code goes something like this. It goes like we save the GUID and then we set it right after the clone from. You know, we do something like this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Also not a fan of my caps unlock key getting accidentally engaged. So I think it looks like this. Now that's the Band-Aid. I don't like it. I hate writing code like this because it's so state dependent and sequence dependent. But the problem is that clone from, I need that for serial transfer properties. I need that right there for when we do.
What if your transfer properties took a parameter to indicate whether or not it should do the GUID as well?
Yeah, or I could create a second method as well to just grab the GUID. Let's see everywhere it's called. I've got, let's see, one here, serialized item, base stamp properties, clone from and map character, serialized character, and then we're back. Couple in serialized character. Fine, let's do it. Let's do your suggestion. Let's go in and do it. Let's see what that.
So you're going to default it to false, despite the fact that every location is currently doing it.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Rory?
I can't remember. It's suddenly fallen out of my head. Can't have been that useful.
All right. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to go to our fix-up code and set it to false.
Stuff, so.
Yeah. That was a slow tab to next reference issue right there. A little perf issue there. Let's go report that as well. Check the log files. It was just a small perf issue right there. Devs have got to love me. I'm just like sending them so many log files. Just like, here, take this. All right, so... Yeah, I lifted my hands up, but it actually was about 1 or 2 seconds of non-responsiveness before I lifted my hands up when you look at the video. Oh, I got to do... Oh, yeah. This is not looking as good as I thought it was going to look like. Because we got all these overrides. So we just got to throw it in. There, hold on. Let's keep looking at it. Why isn't this one showing an error? Oh, because this is calling it in serialized character. That's this one though. Oh, because it's
it's an optional. So
it's because it's optional here. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to hire someone just to sift through your log files. Well, we've got devs who are doing it. Yeah.
And the beautiful part is that those logs have been actually shipped to them in the email as an automatic fact of reporting the issue in our chat room. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Also, like, tap to next reference is not getting me back. Am I on the wrong transfer properties? I might be. All right, let's go back. Map character. See if we can find our way back here.
That's it. Right there.
Right there.
Oh, it's clone from we're supposed to. I guess clone from calls transfer properties, does it?
Yeah. It calls this one serialized character, is that right? Or no, that's coming in from base item properties. Is that right? Yeah, right there. So it's base item properties. That's what we're calling. Transfer good is false. So I want to pass in false here, but guess what? This is probably called from more than one spot, isn't it? Or no? Oh, it's not. Well, let's just inline this temp.
Inline that, yeah.
Wait.
So that's transfer properties, item comma false, but it's not item, it's character now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's character. Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I was like, wait, what? So typical and from. Yeah, I should be able to also... I was hoping I could get inline temp here.
Can we inline method and delete?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
What about from the method itself? So just an availability.
Live coding's now following. Hey, live coding. Wonder, it's not finding it because it's static? If this were an instant method, let's just try this. And we're going to come in here and we're going to say clone from character. Passing in character. Like that. Now can we do it? Look at that, inline method. Okay, let's report this as an issue.
If you made clone from static as well, would that allow that to work?
Here, let's find out. Kids, devs, take a look at this. Inline method is available here. Just what I want. I want to inline that method. Fine, great. Inline method is not available here, though.
Scroll a little lower down. Fred's in the way of a visual there.
Not here, though. I can't inline the method here. And I'd kind of like to inline it here. I think it's because we're calling it on an instance right here. And I think a lot of methods you couldn't do it because there'd be all of these calls. But because this is just a one line of code, I actually could do this. I guess that's my question. Should inline method be available here, especially in light of this being gone? That's not here anymore. That's kind of what I want. Inline method right there. Are my expectations too high? I want it to go from here, like inline method and delete, get rid of that, and give me that code right there. That's what I was hoping for.
I'm just wondering if we undo that and we make the method we're trying to undo,
Right.
sorry, to inline into a static one, does that make it available?
I bet it still doesn't. I bet it does not. Let's kill that.
It's actually not allowing us to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, invalid code anyway because transfer properties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of go back. Where were we? I'm just going to rewrite this. Get rid of this. Let me close the issue so the devs know. The feature request, Simon Gearing's there.
Hey, Simon Gearing, how we doing?
All right, so here we go. Feature request, inline method, and delete on simple instance calls. I don't know. At least want to talk about it. Apart from arguing with Blazor, I'm doing great. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You know, my best days as a programmer is when the code is obedient and does as it's told. And my worst days are when the code says I'm being disobedient. And it's just smacking me around.
It's all about who's winning.
Oh.
For the code.
Yeah, the code just comes at me sometimes. And it's just like, oh, man. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. Yeah. But Rory's here. So I'm safe as long as Rory stays here. All right, transfer good, false. Okay.
That's the one.
I bet that solves it. Let's see what we got. It's refusing to refresh its data bindings when I'm telling it the data source is changed. I feel like we've seen this before. And I feel like the solution it wasn't restarting Visual Studio, was it, Rory? If you're doing this in a single debug session and like edit and continue along those lines, you might try a restart on it. Okay, so let's see. What were we just doing, Roy? We were doing a control.
We were having an issue with the control copy,
drag.
which was not generating its own GUID, and thus when you tried to move the pair, only one would move.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Ah, there you go.
All right, so cool.
That is much better.
Yeah, and I love too how the buttons are intelligently added. Only whatever you need. Whatever you need. So I can come in here like that, do that, go to the left, go to the right. So notice here now we don't have the problem where the first one wasn't moving. That's also now fixed, right? Because we had that to bring them to the top, bring them to the bottom, all that. Let's group them. We haven't tested grouping yet. Oh, looks like grouping's working. Although grouping, yes, grouping is bad. Grouping was awesome. Oh my God, we've got so many conflicting constraints.
Right. It's a group of potential things which should or should not be allowed to do stuff, depending on the constituent pieces.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
It is. This was a beautiful architecture.
Where are you?
Yeah.
We need your help.
We do.
We do
Bring
need
him
it.
on.
Bring him on. Thank goodness Dennis Q7 is here. Look out, Dennis Q7. Look out! Save yourselves. We had, by the way, notice what's happening with the planet and the explosion? The planet's safe. It's not exploding. It was, the other little guy. But we, at one point on the show, we had somebody like, "You're blowing up a planet. What's going on? I'm very upset." And then they're like, "Oh, I guess you're not." And it was like, I don't remember who said this, but it was like, they were very upset that we were symbolizing the destruction of an entire species of people somewhere through the
Could have
galaxy.
been a planet with nobody on it.
Yeah, it was as
Be
if
fine.
it was as if thousands of voices all shouted out at once and then were silenced. So we have got a scaling problem. Frackberg's here.
Wow.
Frackberg. Watch where you're going. That's the only advice I've got for you. So Frackberg's was the last high-res fanfare that I made. Frackberg and Brendan Ayes both have high-res double-layer alpha fanfares, which are gigabytes in size. They're like easily 4 gigabytes each piece. And my machine, although incredibly fast, with an incredibly fast hard drive, kind of chugs when it's trying to load them up right there. Yeah, and Coding Gorilla's out here. As long as you're not blowing up Yoda, it's all good, says Coding Gorilla. Yeah. Wait. Oh, look at this. Simon Gearing says, "Oh my God, if I run this now on your right and it works, I'm going to scream." Well, we don't. But Simon Gearing did not come back.
Come back since, no.
Oh, Simon Gearing, it sounds like the code is just beating you again. It's like, Yeah, Genesis 7 comes in with do stuff. Yeah, so I have to go back and regenerate Frackberg's stuff. So drop the resolution down, scale it up. It's the stuff's coming at you so fast. It's not like the high-res stuff is really, there's much loss there. We got to solve this problem, Rory. Architecturally, I'm a bit stunned because we've got about the convergence of I think at least 3 different constraints on this. Undo, redo, right? Being able to manipulate groups of items is one. So the composite design pattern and serialization. And we had solved all of those before, but now we've come in and say, "Hey, we got another thing. We've got interfaces now, things that can do stuff." The group, I think we need a way to ask the group what interfaces it supports. Oh no, Simon's back. I love it, Simon. That's awesome. Dude, if anybody can fix it, it's you. You know, Will Bennett's not here. You know, you're the guy.
We have faith.
You got to be able to do it.
You got this.
Yeah.
Take 5. Think about another problem. Actually, as I understand it, the way to discover the solution to problems like this is to go to sleep and or have a shower, do something completely unrelated,
Yeah.
and it'll just pop in your head at some stage.
Yes.
Give the brain a rest, and it'll thank you.
So we have 2 problems to solve that I know of. One that we haven't seen yet. Sounds a lot simpler than the madness you gentlemen are pondering. Oh, I hope so. I hope what we're pondering feels madness. Yeah, it's like, it's architecturally. Now, normally I don't get to this point, I have to admit, where architecturally I'm like, I don't know. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do to solve this.
Are we currently in a position, will the system allow us to, should it even be allowing us to, group characters with stamps?
Yes, because I said so.
Right, but didn't you say so originally because you wanted to have groups of monsters, like an army?
Yes.
And that would only be grouping characters with other characters.
You're right. That's a solution. We could solve it with a particular character group instead of a stamp group. And that would probably sweetly solve a lot of problems. It'd be a little more code we'd have to add for serialization. But if conceptually those are the only things that we're going to play in this space, I don't know. I think we're going to add doors to this space, though, to be honest.
You're going to group doors?
No, but we're going to add doors as a item that you can select, and the door's going to have properties like, is it open or closed? Is it locked or not?
Right.
Is it secret? Is it hidden? You know, that sort of
Sure.
thing. That beautiful point where the code is so complicated, you have no idea what it will do when you ask it to do something new. Cody Gorilla says, I usually go play a video game. It works itself out while I get my butt kicked. Yeah, Cody Gorilla, I've not played
That's a
video
good
games
strategy.
in years because I'm an addict. If I go in, I can't come out. I remember a long time
What
ago.
do you mean it's 2 in the morning? That's not right.
That's not right. Yeah, I
I've only
remember
been here 5 minutes.
I remember going into a Star Wars game, Rory, and finding getting I think a God mode cheat, and then using the grenades that you could throw, and using them to blow myself up progressively up over the wall in the game,
Grenade jumping.
and getting outside the game.
Nice.
Right? And then running along outside the game to explore it. Right? That's
So you're not just addicted to the game, you're addicted to abusing the game.
I want to see everything, right? Yeah, I want to understand
Break all the things.
how they built it, what the pieces are there, and I remember getting so excited when I got outside. It was like the Truman Show. Have you seen that movie?
I have.
Where he steps outside, he opens the door to get outside the world. Yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, I think your solution will totally work. I guess what I was hoping for is something that doesn't. The first word that comes to mind is more clever. Something cleverer. Wanadza's with us.
If a group could have a list of consistent interfaces.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Look who's with us. It's Surly Dev.
Hey, Surly.
So would it be wrong, Rory, to do a Wanadza fanfare, but base it on Wakanda? Would that be because it sounds alike in my head? Would that be totally wrong?
To do what, sorry?
To do a Wanadza is in the chat room, and every time I see
I
Wanadza,
see.
I think of Wakanda.
Sure.
But
yeah, that works.
But I'll probably get sued like crazy by everybody now that I think about it.
I think you could use the phrase Wanadza forever. quite
Yeah,
happily.
that's what I'm thinking about. Wanadza forever, like that. I got to think about that. I'm not sure what can I steal from the movie without actually, you know what I mean? That's a hard movie to get to do a thematic thing for.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
without actually taking
They've
scenes
got
from the
such
movie.
an all-encompassing style, but no key points to pull out all
Yeah.
that easily.
I think if I take 7 seconds or less, it's not copyright infringement. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about, Surly Dev. More copyright infringement like fanfares. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the Jim Henson estate or the Children's Television Workshop to come. Send.
Waiting for the moment where we mention copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah. I totally. Yeah. So I actually, if I get that letter, I'm going to frame it. It's like I totally expect. Okay, we object on a few grounds. One, blowing up Oscar. Oscar is a national treasure. You can't just blow up that creature. Yeah. But this is a family show. Brought to you by the letter C and I. Yeah. Live coding, clearly fair use. And who doesn't love fire-breathing Grover? That's true. Yeah, so, I got to figure out fair use on that. Because I could go, if they could let me took 7 seconds of it, I could have some cool stuff from the movie. Kind of work that out.
Go watch the movie again.
Yeah, that'll be research. I'll be like, kids, we got to watch it. Sorry, Karen, we can't watch your drama family shows. Ugh.
Quick, family vote. Do you think you'll win?
Yeah.
Votes in favor of watching.
Yeah.
Versus maybe not.
This is the thing. So, I think Karen is probably, she hasn't said this, but I think she's probably frustrated that the 9-year-old kid in me that drives every choice practically, right, is like a little more in tune with the immature kids that we've got. So I'm like, let's go to Five Guys again. Five Guys is a hamburger food restaurant nearby. Sure. And, and the kids are like, yay! And Karen's like, no, we're not going to Five Guys again. Yeah.
But that's a theory that only lasts so long because eventually the kids are going to sort of accelerate past in theory.
Yeah.
So, take advantage of that while you can, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, what's going on here? I'm clicking here. Oh, no. What's going on? It's like I'm having a video card problem here.
Definite sort of birth pattern.
Yeah, a little stuttering. I'm going to call that video card. Is what I'm going to call that. I don't think that's an issue that we need to really worry about. Let me drag it to a different monitor. See what happens over here on this monitor. Nope, still happens on that monitor too. And try it on another one. Ooh, this monitor works well. Did it just stop happening though? Let's bring it back over here. Nope, it's a video driver problem. Okay, so we can only group if we have like items. Is that what we're going to say?
Well, that was option 1. Option 2 was that a group should be able to tell you its consistent interfaces. So from its formation of other things within it.
Frackberg says not a big fan of the burgers. Five Guys. I think they have good fries, and I think their burgers are great. Yeah, the other one is that the problem, Rory, though, comes to serialization, right? How are we going to solve serialization? Because we're using JSON. We're not using our own thing. So we have to take the properties and stick them in a data string or something like that. We have to assist JSON before we save if we're with the group.
Yeah.
Is what we have to do.
So you'd have to have literally a list of interface names at that point, and then you'd have to pull them back out and go looking using reflection for interfaces that happen to have those names. That gets a bit overly complex, perhaps?
Yeah, I can think of another solution that's also overly complex there that I'm kind of rejecting as well.
Okay.
So I'm like, I think I'm looking at yours. The thing I don't like about the suggestion of creating only groups for these items is that what happens if I want to now come along and add doors and play with doors into space? I got to go down the path one more time to do this. And going down this path is going to mean creating a serializable group for doors.
So what about group of T?
Maybe. No, I don't think that's going to work with Jason. Jason really likes known classes. Remember, we especially in lists. All right, let's try serialization on this. Let's before we go to grouping, let's look at serialization. Okay, because I think serialization is not going to work. I'm going to delete that guy. What is going on? That's like, what is going on? What's Task Manager saying? Task Manager's taking a while to come up. Not too bad though, but I'm seeing even Task Manager kind of stutter here on my screen.
Yeah.
I do have Edge taking up a lot. I'm going to go cut down that instance of Edge. I think it's the one that's giving me my feedback from the stream. I just shut it down. That really can't be the chat window. That's the only one left. It's that of Edge. Yeah, I've only got the chat window left. Oh, good. It's done. It's out of their way. Okay, cool. So now we're in sweeter territory. Well, I don't know. Yeah, and by the way, I upgraded my video drivers, and so I'm still having this problem sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm not too happy about that. Like right now, yeah. Oh, interesting. On the stream, it looks good, by the way. So it's just what it's showing me. Great.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? So it knows what it's really there and sends it out to the stream. And for me, I get the less than high quality version. Okay, so how are we doing here on this? All right, so let's save. Let's go save. I'm going to hit Control S to save. Call it one character. And I think it's just going to fail. I don't think anything's going to happen. We might get a breakpoint if we're lucky. No breakpoint. Let's open up. Let's open up. There's a breakpoint on reconstitute stamps. Let's disable all breakpoints. Okay, so that opened up. Let's go back and open up one character. What's going on? Oh, it's worked. It looks like it actually serialized it. But wait, no, I bet it didn't quite work. There's a couple things going on. On my machine, it is flickering like crazy. It's doing that flickering thing again. Although I can see on the stream that it's not. But look what happened. It brought it back in, and it's now twice its size.
Yeah.
Because it's not getting the scaling right. And it thinks it's a stamp. So that means now I can scale it like this, right? Which I couldn't do before, right? I can come in and I can change its color hue, which I couldn't do before. Like that, right? So, yeah, I'm having all kinds of flickering.
The flickering's coming over the stream as well.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of it on the stream too. Like there, you can see it on the stream. Like, what's going on with that? Zoom in a little more and then it's fine. So yeah, video driver problem there. Also serialization problem. It's not creating the right one. Let's work on that. So I'm going to close this down. And we've got our item factory. Is that what we have? Something factory. I don't remember the name of it.
Definitely think we do have an item factory, whether that's what you're after.
Map element factory.
There we go.
Here's the thing. See this? It defaults to stamp. We need a breakpoint there. And get that map character in is what we need to. Coding Gorilla's suggestion goes here. Didn't we do that? I think we did his suggestion. Or maybe we're about to do it now. That's, I think, what's happening here. All right, so let's get it running. Let's do one other thing, too. Let's mess with my display settings just a bit. See if that helps. Sometimes I find that if I just nudge these a little bit, everything gets happy. Nope, didn't get happy. It was happy for a second, then it went away. All right, let's open up. One character. Here we go. Type name. What's my type name? Null. Guess who didn't set the type name on serialization? That was probably me. So let's delete this guy. Let's add a new character. Now we want to serialize, but now I got to set its type name. Let's go find out what type name is declared.
Getting a very strange effect on the flashing, even with the code rush windows there.
Yeah, no, it's any kind of window that's above is not doing well with the current video driver, but it is the latest. The only thing I don't have is the NVIDIA control panel. When I try to install it from the Microsoft Store, nothing happens. I click the Get button, it's just like dead in the water. All right, so type name is here. Clone from is there. Where are we initializing this? Here. We need to set this in map character. Is that my only constructor? Nope, I got a constructor here too as well. So both of my constructors are going to come to here like this. So there's one call to it. There's a second call to it, right like that. So I'm going to say this. And shortcut T plus / gives me the type of the class I'm in. Right like that. Type name is not here.
That feels like it should be in a base class.
I would agree. I think it's got to go in item properties. Right here.
Where is the one that we're using in the other space?
I think it's in stamp properties. Yeah, I think it's here. There it is.
So we'll have to remove that now.
Right behind Fred. Yeah. Right there.
Okay.
Okay. That, I think, is going to improve the situation when we save. Frankfurt's doing some laundry. So funny. Cody Gorilla says, there goes the PG rating, Frankfurt. I refused to go to Five Guys is when I looked. There were 9 people behind the counter. Yeah, I get it. Uh-oh. What we got? Who descends from this? Where's type name declared? What? Element not found? Type name? Yeah, totally flickering on the stream. You can see it too.
Yeah, I can't. It's almost the speed of the drum beat of the music.
Yeah, hold on. That's I had jumped to symbol, I think is why I wasn't finding it. Okay. There we go. Type name. Yeah. Yeah, it's totally flickering. Let's try one more time with the display properties, display settings. Come on. Apply. You gonna fix yourself or no? Nope, not. All right, let's do one other idea I have. This might be really crazy, but the idea is let's take this side one that nobody's using or working with, and let's change its display resolution to, fine, let's try that. Nope, didn't work either. I'm still seeing the flicker. Shoot. All right, well, I'm going to ignore it then is what I'm going to do.
Coding Gorilla suggests that turning the monitor on and off can fix that.
Is that going to work? Do I want to make sure I don't risk problematic causing the stream any anxiety. That would mean your monitor's off and you can't see anything in Code Rush. Yeah, I think that I don't think that's going to work for us because the problem is clearly happening. The stream is getting it too. It's not in the monitor, I think. I'm also worried if I turn it off, that OBS is going to be like, oh, you lost monitor 1, and I'll never get it back unless you restart me. Because I've seen it do that before. Sorry, let's go back and find type name again. Base stamp properties. Let's go look for it there. Yeah, so we're doing this right in the direct descendants here of this guy. Whoops.
So that should just be pushed up into
Base item properties.
Good.
I think you're right. Let's do that. And then I want to build and I want to see in all the errors, all the warnings for type name, so we can find anybody that's kind of redeclaring it. Build succeeded. Yeah, I still got all these errors, so they're just cleaning them up. Okay.
Going.
Oh, this scares me.
That's as a result of your nougat stuff, isn't it?
No, because this is a completely different solution than the others.
Okay.
But it scares me because, I just spent 6 hours trying to figure this whole thing out. Looking for the word type. Can I filter these at all? What's this thing do? No, I don't think I can. That's just from errors. That's it.
Haven't you got a search facility in the upper right corner of that? I don't know if it actually filters or just goes to the next item. A little higher, search error list.
Oh, there we go. I'm going to say no. It's not finding it. Can I search for just the letter
Just
A?
search for something that is there. How about
No.
Yes, same theory.
So type name is not anywhere else? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it does.
Well, we're implementing a fairly simplistic thing, which, assuming it's accessible from everywhere else it needs to be, I'm not sure we need to override it.
It's in command, base command, tile.
See. Yeah, we a few places, that's true.
This flickering is annoying. I have to come on.
Yeah.
Flyweight, item properties. All right, I'm just going to run because I can't see it.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Edit configure rule set file. Yeah. Do you know what a button is? Ask Jetson. All right.
Sounds like a trick question.
All right, so here we go. We're going to drop. Oh my gosh, it starts flickering as soon as I bring it up to this monitor. All right, drop a character on. Wow, look at that. It's crazy on the stream. Save it. This is about as bad as it's been. It kind of goes with the music though a little bit. I'm like, okay, so there's the save. Let's open up another file. Character test, whatever. I'm going to skip that right there. We're going to go back. And we're going to open. Get one character. And now what's the type name? Come on, somebody tell me. It's still null. Why is it null? Did I... Because of all the flickering, I'm like, am I certain that this actually saved?
I know we moved type name to the right location. Did we get round to, or were we already setting type name? We were, weren't we?
All right, let's try this one more time. Let's do a save. Let's figure out if we can see. Restart graphics driver using Control Shift B. What could go wrong?
What, with the things dependent on the whole graphical side of things? I don't know.
Here goes. Oh, I think we're screwed. I think we're going to be screwed. Where's OBS?
Well, you're back in Skype, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm watching the stream catch up. And
no power signal. I lost monitor. Oh no, it came back.
I think you might be okay. Did it fix anything, I guess is the question.
I still have flickering on. Yeah, I got flickering on one monitor. Do I have flickering up here? Yeah, I still have it.
Okay. But you didn't kill the stream, so, you know, upside.
Frank is with us. Hey Frank, how you doing? Welcome. Coding Gorilla, thanks for that. Yeah.
Cheers. Cody hands us a suggestion and comments, I'm surprised the stream survived that.
I know. Yeah, well, it's funny because I'm like, you know.
News, here's a stick of dynamite. What can you do with that?
Right. It's so funny. And you know me, I'm like, yeah, let's go close to the edge.
Let's go. Absolutely.
Let's do it. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not comfortable with that at all. I'm not happy with these NVIDIA drivers, and I don't have any way to control them remotely because I upgraded, and their new control panel only installs from the Windows Store, and Windows Store won't let me download it. Isn't that crazy, Rory?
It's kind of harsh.
Yeah. Let's explore that, shall we? Windows Store. Microsoft Store, sorry. Here we go. Let's try it. See if I'm right. All right, so here we are, Windows Store, flickering like crazy. Let me bring it back over here so it stops flickering. I can actually use it for a second. Yeah, my main monitor is fine. I think my only way around this is to unplug the driver and replug it in. But let's see here, NVIDIA, let's look for that. NVIDIA, control panel. All right, so it's right there. Clicking that. Install. Although before it said get. So maybe things are better. Is this going to actually work? It says it's downloading.
Okay, that's...
Maybe it wanted to... Wow, this is way more progress than I ever had before. Installing. Sweet. Just got installed. Check it out. Launch. License agreement. I can't read you because you're flickering. Sorry. Got proof. This is awesome. Now, where are you? Where are you, Mr. NVIDIA control panel? Here it comes. Oh, where's the don't screw things up option? Yeah, it's flickering like crazy. I have to look at my screen, the monitor down below on the stream to actually read what's happening on the screen. Oh, here we go. Now I can see it. Wait, did flickering just stop? Did we just solve the problem? I think we did. NVIDIA control panel is like, what's going on, Mark? What have you done?
NVIDIA control panel, first step, restart everything. Now, what was that issue you're talking about?
Yeah. All right, so let's go in here. We want to. There's a prepare for serialization. Now we can get some work done. Prepare for serialization. In the map. Prepare items for serialization. Stamps is really just items. We need to rename that to items. So just have to add new serialized stamp. Calling new serialized stamp, which comes into serialized stamp from Calls transfer properties. Okay. Prepare stamp for serialization. This calls an event. Prepare stamp for serialization. Which gets us out here. Prepare for serialization. And we're in this space right here. Well, this we're just adding grouped items. Is what we're doing. So that's the only reason why we call it here. So that's not a big deal there. Maybe it's just in the transfer properties piece. All right, well, let's just do, set a breakpoint there. Let's save it. Okay, what's our item coming in here? It's a character, map character. What's the type name? The type name says map character. Okay. Serialized stamp, result transfer properties. Does your type name have the right value? Whoa! Why would you do that? Look at that, Rory. That's the problem.
Again?
And when I, just to be clear, when I say why would you do that, it's not you, Rory. All right, transfer items, properties. Let's go in here. So we're in this virtual space out here. Yeah, we need to do this. We need to say type name. That's what we're working with. Type name equals item properties dot type name.
Now, if I recall properly, or correctly, when we originally had the transfer properties, you had a template that was used to build it, to iterate through the properties on a given item, and to generate this code. But of course, type name came along after that.
Yeah.
Which is why it isn't in there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now I think we might be good. Save. All right. Now let's load. One character is going to fail. And we're just going to keep running. Oh, we got map character. Never mind. Nice. So now what I want is this.
Now we can respond to that.
And these should be registered at some point in the future too for ultimate flexibility. And now what I want to say here is map character dot from stamp is what I want to do. And guess who doesn't have a from method? And guess who's about to get one? It's map character.
Map character.
All right, so now we're going to say new map character. Nope, map character. How you doing, Caravan Chikati? Perfect in every way. Did you have a nice shower?
I had an excellent shower.
You're nice and relaxed. You want to say hi to everybody? This is what I get during my day. There she is, kids. The one and only. She's coming in. Okay, this is a family show, honey. You can't just be sticking yourself in my show all the time.
Up. I have a towel on.
Holy cow, kids. All right. Surly Deb. You can't say that either, Surly Deb.
What did he say?
Jetsam says hi. Surly Deb says, oh, boobies. There goes my MVP. I'm on, by the way, kids, I'm on MVP. I'm on MVP probation right now, where they're like, yeah, maybe we'll give it to you. Maybe we'll give it to you.
My towel is going to prevent you from being an MVP.
I don't know. Don't know, but maybe you certainly better watch his language or I'm in trouble. So there's a Microsoft Store won't let me download store apps on my work account because I don't know what the PIN is on my personal account. It won't let me reset it. Yeah, certainly, I have a similar problem, I think. I have a Microsoft, I have two accounts under the same email address, personal and work, and I have problems all the time logging in and things like that. How long have you been an MVP? So I was an MVP for 5 years. Then I was not an MVP for 6 years, I think. And then now back again in consideration. So I'm in my you better not mess this up Mark Miller phase right now. So we'll see what happens. Sort of says, if Karen flashes like that again, she will guarantee you get it. Really? No, we're not going to go there. That wasn't a flash, said Karen. Karen's like, I'll show you a flash. Yeah, you're like, yeah. Certainly, I'm starting to understand Karen's defiance disorder. Might be able to make this pay off. Hey, stop all of that, honey. Trying to do a show. All right.
I'm trying to do a show.
You're, oh, Jesus. It's all over. Microsoft.
Boom, right along.
Microsoft's like, I knew we couldn't trust him. Not an MVP. Take him off the list. No. Absolutely not. All right. So there we go. Map character. Who's here? Surly Dev says, no, Karen, don't flash behind Mark again. Yeah, no. Stay focused, everybody. The show is about coding. It's a show on coding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Frank is
Practices, good techniques.
automatic blacklisted forever. Wait another 4 years, 6 years to find out. Now, what do I have here? I need a transfer properties here, I think. Do I have that? Transfer properties and serialized stamp is item properties. And I think it's going to work. And I think we're going to do return that is what I think we're going to do. So everybody stand back. Copper Beauty's here. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that right there. Gotta get my eyes looking right in the right direction.
Copper Beauty is in the house.
Do you know, Roy, I imagine, for things on these fanfares where I have to look as they're going by.
Indeed. Yeah.
I'm
like a certain blue ninja.
I have a delightful solution to the problem that is so over the top that you're going to think it's crazy. But the solution is this. I get one of those giant robotic arms that they use in manufacturing. I put a monitor on the robotic arm, and I program the robotic arm to be in sync with the fanfare to move the monitor that I need to watch.
I see.
Right? So I'm always looking, and I can see right at the thing I need to look at as it's going. What do you think? Too crazy?
That could work. You could also turn your own camera off and animate yourself into every fanfare, looking in the correct direction.
I was thinking about that too, but then I got to wear the same shirt in every one.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Do you know, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I had a practical joke I wanted to play on you and Dev Express.
Okay.
Yeah, that I don't know if I ever told you about. You know Dev Express, right?
Dev
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they make and a bunch of other things. And they sponsor today's giveaway. Today, what are we giving away?
It's a brand new ball.
No, that's not what we're giving away. We're giving away a copy of... That's right. But anyway, Dev Express. So I was going to... we used to do those... Roy, remember we used to do those... Feature of the Week videos?
Yes, I do.
So, and I don't know if you remember this, but a while back I had a bunch of tweets about Dev Express DX Black Ops, the Black Ops security team. And I even created a fake Twitter account, and it was me, I admit and confess now, that basically DX Black Ops was always trying to stop me from revealing stuff, right? And I had this beautiful idea for basically pre-recording a scene where the Black Ops guys come in from the ceiling and they reach down, grab me, and pull me out of the shot. And I'm kicking and screaming, no, and they're just like, get him out of there. And I was not going to tell anybody, and I was going to switch to the scene after we had done most of the work on the show and just leave you hanging with me not there. Your performance would have been so realistic because you would have had no idea it was coming.
Everyone would have assumed I'd been to the Mark Miller School of Acting.
Yeah, exactly. I never told you about this, did I? Did I ever tell you about this?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. So that was my practical joke I was going to play on you and just leave you with dead air and having to solve that problem. And everybody would have been like, what just happened?
Right? Slightly more extreme version of when you lose power, and I'm just me in the chat room.
Because the thing is, it's like I was always talking about the DX Black Ops were there, and I'm not sure if I did this. I think in one or two, I actually had them talking to me during our feature of the week, where they would be like, I'd play a recorded thing, and they'd be like, Miller, don't say that or whatever like that, right? DX Black Ops, Anyway. So that was a thing. I did have a reputation for leaking things for a while. It's like, yes, sir. What do you mean by that, sir? How dare you?
Just hangs out with Mark Ruffalo a lot. He does that too.
Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. The colander, Jesus. Wow. That didn't work. Why not? Did I forget to change? Oh, I think I made it past this right here. Let's set a breakpoint here. No, let's keep the breakpoint here. Let's go in and open it one more time. I'm just going to come in and open it again. Oh, I thought I called 2 guys. Apparently not. Just 1 character? Is that what I did? So here we're doing this. So there's our good. File name. Yep, Needlebright Stand 7. That looks all good. Type name is map character. I think this is going to work this time. I think it's going to work. There we go. I think it worked. Okay, cool. So it's just that we are editing continue, and look, we can move them around. Sweet. So now, cool. So now, yeah, there's no rotation on these guys because setting up the map, the rotation's all going to be handled by the engine, right? Which direction is it facing? It's going to put the stand underneath it. All of that's the engine. Right now, this is just for the map editor to throw monsters in here. Now, the next thing is we need to handle a group of monsters. That's what we need to do. So let's figure out what we do on the group. Let's do that now. Wait, let's do 2 things. The group button. Is that you, Rory?
Could be.
All right, buddy.
I'm sorry, but you get into another great point in the development. Mind you, at least we've got this nice stable state now, right? What we have so far is working. You've got the interfaces in. They're giving all kinds of great method information to us. All of the pieces are working. We just got to get down this different direction now, a group, as you say, of monsters or of characters, and to have that be a distinct thing from a group of stamps, and thus applicable to different things. So that sounds pretty good.
It's not bad. Rory, thanks so much. As usual.
Awesome contribution!
Yeah, I guess it's okay.
It was not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to make another one of those. Oh, I guess it's okay. Contribution. All right. Have a good day. Good rest of your day. Tell your family I said hi and thank you for your time. As always, we appreciate you joining us. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you then.
All right, buddy. Bye. Is a group of stamps a stamp collection? I think you're making a joke there, Codebase Alpha. That's what I think. All right, so we need to figure out grouping. Let's go to main window. Let's get our volume back up here. Let's look at group. All right, I think we're going to let's go look at stamp group. Yeah, we need a character group is what we need. A map character group. It needs to be kind of similarly built if we want the compositing to work. So we can change all the properties of it. What are the properties of a group of characters that I want to be able to edit? Z order is one of them. And then maybe whatever comes up here once we fill out what those properties are going to be for the character. And the position of the group, of course, as well. I almost feel like I need a base group that this descends from, I think. Let's play in that space. Uh-oh. Shoot. No, because this has to descend from base stamp. Okay, let's rethink this. Descend from base map character or map character? I want to see what stamp group does with like create floating or blend image. Blend stamp image. Oh, come on. I am thinking we diverge from the composite design pattern a bit. The composite design pattern worked initially for us really well. We still are going to be able to support groups of items, but it's not going to be necessarily where the group and the item that it's containing are understandably can be similarly characterized and manipulated. In some ways it will be because of being able to move them around. We'll be able to do that. But I'm thinking stamp group, I'm playing with the idea that it doesn't descend from this. The flip horizontally, the problem is flip horizontally. There are really special implementations of, for example, like if we look at flip horizontally, yeah, we actually move the X position. We flip it left to right. And X is, this is versus, its X position is relative to the center of this group. So we just put it on the other side of the group. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to map character group, but I am not necessarily thinking it's going to be a map character descendant. I think it's going to be a base item properties descendant is what I think it's going to be. Well, hold on. Let's see where map character is used. How did this get in here?
I am dressed.
Excellent. Glad to
Fully
see that.
dressed. Are
Did
you
I hear? Did I hear a kid?
Yes.
Is the kid still here?
Your daughter's home.
Is she eating lunch here?
Yes.
Did she just get here?
She just got. No, she's here because I didn't
Oh, that's
have her
right.
go to school because her
You're all
foot
there.
is, the
Do you want me to-
dancer's down.
You want me to have lunch with you? All right. I'm gonna go have a lunch date with my daughter.
I have to go teach. You're gonna go have a lunch date with your daughter just as I go teach.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You have a dinner date with your other daughter.
That's right.
Today's a
I'm,
great day.
I'm kicking butt as a dad. All right, kids. I'm gonna think about this. I might come back later this afternoon. I think I'm actually feeling throwing myself at this.
Might, he will. You will. You will. If you say, I might be obsessed with this a little bit and not be able to leave it till tomorrow, that means I'm obsessed with this.
I'm coming back. I think I'm coming back. I'm gonna have a date with my daughter
I see his hand behind me.
and spend some time with her. Get some lunch. She's hopping around a little bit. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. There's Jen. She's a cutie. Okay, let me go see who's out there. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go raid another channel, so I'm gonna send everybody over to him, and I'll be back a little later, I think. Copperbeardy says hi to you. Frank says you're so cute, Gia.
Thank you.
She says thank you. All right, well, let's raid. Who's out there? Let's go to Beachcasts. Here we go. Say hi to Beachcast for me. And then we'll be back. Take a break, get some lunch, be back. Have fun, kids. If not, we'll see you either later today or tomorrow.